Hello, my name is Kate. For my entire adult life, I have been the responsible one. I am a single mother. I have one daughter, Mia. She is my whole world. She is 20 years old, and she is the best person I know. She is kind, smart, and full of light. My husband passed away when Mia was just a baby. It was hard, but I built a good life for us. I own a successful marketing company. I make very good money. I did this all for her, to give her a life of safety and comfort. Before we move forward, show a little love. Please take a second to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment where in the world you're listening from. I love seeing how far my stories travel. My own family, they were not so lucky. My father had a good job, but he lost it all in a bad investment. My younger sister, Sarah, married a man who never seemed to keep a job for long. They were always struggling. My parents had to move in with Sarah and her 2 kids. They were all living in a tiny, crowded apartment. They were miserable. I could not stand to see them like that. I loved them. So 5 years ago, I did something big. I bought a house for them. Not a small house. A big, beautiful 5-bedroom house. It had a huge yard for the kids. It had a dining room big enough for everyone. I put the down payment. I paid the mortgage every month. I paid the electricity bill. I paid the water bill. I paid the taxes. I did not ask for anything in return. I just wanted them to be happy. I wanted them to be safe. And I wanted us to have a place where our whole family could be together. The house became the family headquarters. Every holiday, every birthday was at the big house. My sister Sarah loved being the host. She loved planning the parties in the beautiful house she did not pay for. I was just happy to see them all smiling. I thought we were a real family. I thought they were grateful. I thought they loved me. I thought they loved my daughter, Mia. This last Christmas, I learned the truth. Mia was in college, 3 states away. It was her final year. She was working so hard on her final exams. She was flying home on Christmas Eve, just in time for the big family dinner. She was so excited. She spent the little money she had to buy presents for her 2 young cousins. She talked about it for weeks. She could not wait to be home. She could not wait to see everyone. I picked her up from the airport. She was so happy, her face was glowing. We drove straight from the airport to the big house. It was 7 o'clock. The party was starting. We walked in. The house was beautiful. There was a giant Christmas tree. The whole house smelled like pine and roasted prime rib. I could hear everyone laughing. The dining room was full. My aunts, my uncles, my cousins, everyone was there. My sister Sarah came out of the kitchen. She was wearing a new, expensive red dress. I probably paid for it. When she saw us, her smile, it just disappeared. It froze on her face. "Oh," she said. "You are here. Merry Christmas," I said. I was holding a big bag of gifts. Mia was right behind me, smiling. "We need to talk," Sarah said. She did not look at Mia. She just looked at me. In the kitchen, I was confused. I followed her. The kitchen was hot and full of food. My mother was there, taking a pie out of the oven. "What is wrong?" I asked. "There is a problem," Sarah said. She would not look at me. She was busy straightening a fork. "Mom, what is going on?" I asked. My mother looked nervous. She just shook her head. "It is the table," Sarah said. "It is the seating?" I laughed. "The seating?" "Sarah, do not worry. We can sit anywhere." "No," she said. Her voice was sharp. "You do not understand. I have a seating chart. It is a formal dinner. We have 26 people. Aunt Mildred and Uncle Frank decided to come at the last minute. The table is full. Every single seat is taken." I was still confused. "Okay. So we can add a chair. Or Mia and I can sit at a small table." "It is not a big deal, Sarah." "Yes," she said. "It is a big deal. I do not have any more chairs, and I will not have a kids' table. It ruins the look of the room." I worked for weeks on this. A cold feeling started in my stomach. "What are you trying to say, Sarah?" She finally looked at me. Her eyes were cold. "We have a seat for you, Kate. Of course. You are our guest of honor. But what about Mia?" Sarah sighed. A big, annoyed sigh. "Well, that is the problem. There just is not a seat for her. She is the youngest one here besides my kids. She is the only one who does not fit, so she will have to wait." I could not speak. I just stared at her. Wait, where?" "She can wait in the living room while we eat," Sarah said. "Or she can eat in the kitchen. With the kids, after we are all done. It is fine." "Eat in the kitchen," I repeated. My voice was very quiet. "You want my daughter, who just flew for 5 hours to be with her family, to eat in the kitchen, alone, on Christmas?" She will not be alone. Sarah snapped. My kids will be in there. She can... I do not know. Watch them. Just then, Mia walked into the kitchen. Is everything okay? She asked. Her big, happy smile was still on her face. She looked at me. She looked at Sarah. She looked at our mother, who was hiding her face in the steam from the pie. Mia's smile faded. What is wrong? Sarah rolled her eyes. Mia, honey, we just do not have a seat for you at the table. It is full. You will have to eat in here. I watched my daughter's face. I watched it crumble. The light in her eyes just went out. It was like watching a candle be blown out. Her eyes filled with tears. In the kitchen? She whispered. But I came home for Christmas. I brought presents. Do not be dramatic, Mia, my mother said. She finally spoke. Her voice was weak. It is just a dinner. Your sister worked so hard. Do not ruin it. You can eat later. It is fine. It is not fine, I said. My voice was shaking. I was so angry. This is her family. This is my house. You cannot just ban her from the table. It is my house too, Sarah yelled. I live here. I host this party, and I say the table is full. I am not going to make Aunt Mildred sit on a folding chair just so Mia can eat. She is 26. You are one? She is the adult. Mia is just a college kid. She can wait. 26 people. I thought about it. 26 people. My aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my parents, my sister. And not one of them, not one, had saved a seat for my child. Not one of them had thought about her. She was just extra. She was the one they could throw away. Kate, stop making a scene, my father said. He walked in. He looked at me with disappointment. It is Christmas. Do not cause a fight. Sarah is in charge of the dinner. Just come to the table. Mia is young. She can handle it. It is not a big deal. He was right. It was not a big deal. It was a huge deal. It was everything. It was the moment I finally saw the truth. I looked at my sister with her expensive dress in my expensive house. I looked at my parents, who were choosing a seating chart over their own granddaughter. I looked at the table set for 26 people who were happy to let my daughter sit alone in the kitchen. I did not yell. I did not argue. My anger became something else. It became cold. It became quiet. It became a decision. I took a deep breath. I turned to my daughter, Mia. Her face was wet with silent tears. She looked so humiliated, so broken. Mia, I said. My voice was very calm. Go get your coat and pick up your presents. The ones you brought. Mia looked at me. Mom? We are leaving, I said. What? Sarah shrieked. You are leaving? On Christmas? You are going to be dramatic and ruin everything? Fine, go, but you will miss the prime rib. Yes, I said. We will. I walked with Mia to the front door. She grabbed her coat. She picked up the bag of presents she had wrapped so carefully. We walked out of the house. We did not say goodbye. We got in the car. It was cold. It was dark. As I backed out of the driveway, I could see them all through the big dining room window. They were already sitting down. They were passing the bread. They did not even notice we were gone. My seat, the guest of honor seat, was empty. But they did not care. Mia was quiet for the whole drive home. As soon as I parked the car, she broke. She sobbed. A deep, ugly, heartbreaking sob. She ran into our small apartment. She went to her room. She closed the door. I sat in my living room, alone, on Christmas. I did not cry. I was not sad. I was done. I felt nothing. Just a cold, hard, empty space where my family used to be. My daughter spent her Christmas night alone in her room, crying. I did not sleep. I sat on my couch. I made a plan. I let them have their Christmas. I let them have the day after Christmas. I let them eat the leftovers from my refrigerator. Then, on December 27th, I went to work. My first call was to my lawyer. Hello, David, I said. I need you to draw up eviction papers for the house on Maple Drive. What? He said. Kate, that is your family's house. No, I said. It is my house, and they are not my family. 60 days. I want them out in 60 days. My second call was to my bank. Hello, I said. I am the owner of the mortgage for 123 Maple Drive. I want to stop all automatic payments, immediately. My third call was to the electric company. Stop service. My fourth call was to the water company. Stop service. My fifth call was to the gas company. Stop service. My last call was to the best real estate agent in the city. Hello, Linda, I said. I have a beautiful 5-bedroom house on Maple Drive. I want to sell it. As soon as it is empty. I did not tell my family. I did not tell Mia. I just waited. It took 1 week of wonderful silence. Mia and I had our own New Year's Eve. We ordered pizza. We watched a movie. It was quiet. It was peaceful. Then on January 4th, my phone exploded. It was Sarah. Her voice was a high-pitched scream. Kate, the power's off. The heat is off. It is freezing. My kids are cold. The water is not working. What is going on? I stopped paying the bills, I said. My voice was calm. What? What do you mean you stopped paying? You cannot do that. It is the middle of winter. You have to turn them back on. Now, no, I said. I do not. And I hung up. The phone rang again. My mother. She was crying. Kate, honey, what is happening? The bank called. They said the mortgage payment was missed. They said we are in default. We are going to lose the house. You have to fix this. It was a mistake, right? No, I said. It was not a mistake. I hung up. An hour later, they were at my apartment. Banging on my door. Sarah, my mother, and my father. They looked cold. They looked angry. They looked scared. I opened the door. Mia was standing right behind me. Kate, my father yelled. He pushed past me. What is the meaning of this? Are you crazy? You are going to make us homeless. You are going to let your own parents freeze. No, I said. You are not going to freeze. You have 60 days to find a new place. A smaller place. An apartment, maybe. 60 days? Sarah screamed. What are you talking about? Just then, a man in a suit knocked on the open door. Excuse me, he said. He was a process server. He looked at Sarah. Are you Sarah? Yes, she said. He handed her a large envelope. You have been served. Sarah tore it open. Her hands were shaking. She read the paper. Her face went white. Eviction. Notice, she whispered. This is an eviction notice. You are kicking us out. You are kicking out your own family. How could you? How could I asked. My voice was so quiet. The whole room stopped to listen. Let me tell you how. I looked at my father. You stood in that kitchen. You told me not to cause a fight. You told me my daughter did not matter. I looked at my mother. You told my crying daughter to stop being dramatic. You told her she was ruining the party. I looked at my sister. You worked for weeks on a dinner. In my house. You set a table for 26 people. 26. And you could not find one single seat for my daughter. You told her to eat in the kitchen. Like a dog. Like she was nothing. You humiliated her. That was a dinner party. Sarah shrieked. It was a seating chart. This is our home. You are taking away our home. You are cruel. I am not cruel, I said. I am just done. I am done paying for people who hurt my child. You do not get to live in my house, eat my food, and use my heat, and then ban my daughter from your table. That is not how it works. But we are family, my mother sobbed. We love you. We love Mia. It was just a mistake. We will have her over for Easter. She can sit at the head of the table. I almost laughed. You had 26 people at that table, Mom. 26. Not one person spoke up. Not one person offered Mia their chair. Not one person said, this is wrong. You all just sat down. You ate your prime rib. You opened your presents. And you let my daughter drive home alone on Christmas sobbing. I stepped back. I stood next to Mia. The eviction is final, I said. The house is being sold. You have 60 days to get your things and get out. You are not my family anymore. We are done. I closed the door. They banged on it for a long time. They yelled. They begged. I did not answer. It was the hardest thing I ever did. And it was the easiest. They moved out. My parents moved into a tiny apartment for seniors. Sarah and her family moved in with her husband's parents. I heard she got a job, a real job. I sold the big house. I took all that money, and I put it into a trust fund. For Mia, for her future. My life is quiet now. It is just me and my daughter. Last Christmas, we did not go to a big party. We stayed home. We cooked our own dinner. We sat at our small table, just the two of us. There was a seat for her. There will always be a seat for her.